Hey, g'day, it's Matt here from Matt Carves. We're going to carve this little mushroom today. If you want to make it even simpler, take off the little spiral at the top. This is this big, and we're going to carve it onto this little square block of wood, well, rectangle block of wood. Okay, so here's our little block of wood, and what I've done is actually got a picture off Pinterest. Then I've just got some baking paper and then traced it off that. And what you can do is you can do it straight onto this. You just put the lead side down onto the wood, and then you just put that on there. So you don't need carbon paper always. And what you do is then you just go over the lines like that, and it should transfer onto the wood. Now I'm carving in rosewood today. It is a hard wood, but I'm going to use it for this because I don't have a lot of softwoods at the moment. But if you were starting off, I would use a softer wood just because it's easier on your tools, and when you're learning it's easier just to carve softwood away. There you go, that's pretty good. It's on there. I'll just go over that so you can see it a little bit easier. Okay, so once we have put it onto the piece of wood, we're just going to take away these bits. Now I'm going to use a Kutzall Burr Extreme, or you could sort of like saw those pieces off with a hand saw just to get a little bit more rid of them. But if you're using that softer wood, it's not going to take too long. Now you could also use a bandsaw and just cut that piece out there and that piece out there and that piece out there. Really speeds up the process. But when you only have a Dremel, just do those softer woods and you can take that away pretty quickly. Now, a quick safety note is always wear earmuffs when you're carving. The Dremel is quite whiny and will get you after a while. Protect those ears, and also use a dust mask. Now, this dust mask is a BASECAMP dust mask. I do have a link in the description for these, and so just check those out. Great little dust mask. The good thing about these is they don't have ear loops. They have this band over the top. Well, on the one I really like, the Pro one. So you just tend to just put that around your neck like that, and then adjust it like this. It's got a little nose piece up here. You can squash it down so it really holds tight on your nose, and you're away to go carving. And these little links up in the top left hand corner, they are just telling you what I'm carving with, and you can actually find these in the description. And if you look at that picture there, it says number 1 on it, and so it'll be under a number 1 key in the description. Okay, so what's going to help you out is like when you're carving down here, is you can put this line across here so you kind of know where to go there, and you can put a line across there so you're going to be carving that bit out there. Okay, so once we've got kind of the profile set out, what you want to do is go to the next profile, which is on this side, and you can sort of imagine we're going to be looking at it like that. The kind of curl is going to be going on that side. So I usually put a center line in, and then the mushroom's going to be going out like this. It doesn't have to be perfect to start off with. We'll just refine it as we go along. So that's about that wide there. Stick it about there. So we got something like that. Probably don't take too much off that bit, just that bit there and that bit there and that bit there needs to go at the moment. Okay, so we've got the profile on both sides, but now what we're going to do is we're going to round off everything like this. Just be aware though of that spiral thing that goes there. You might want to draw it back on. I'd probably wait a while before I'd tackle that. That's got to thin out like that, but I'd probably carve these sides first, round those off and get a general feel of it, and then I will put the spiral in. Just trying to think of the ways to do it. You can sort of see the bottom is square, so what we're trying to achieve is sort of like a round like that. And when we're carving, we want to sort of like just do things slowly and adjust things as we go. So you can see here that I'm back to using the Kutzall Flame Burr. The Flame Burr, really, the extreme one, is really for blocking out and taking away the majority of the wood, and then you start to refine down through your burrs. You might get more detailed burrs or diamond burrs, or the new Kutzall detail burrs. They're really nice as well. So just work your way around all of those corners. Well, I just started with the stem of the mushroom first, and just rounding that off on all of the four corners. And you can sort of go to the middle. Try not to take too much away of the actual stalk. A bit flew off there. That's all good. I think I forgot to turn on my extractor table there. That's why it's all accumulating. Now I'm going to start up on those corners there. And really it's just a matter of rounding off everything and reassessing when you get towards the end. Now I carve with two Dremels, and they're both Dremel 4000s with a flex shaft attached. They're very nice Dremels. I've always carved with them. I haven't really bought any other ones. I bought a 3000 once, and I blew it up by accident. So now we're starting to work on that spiral part, so just thinning it out there, and we're still using that Kutzall Flame Burr. You just really got to think ahead of what you're doing. So now I'm trying to like round off that top part of the mushroom, and also thin out the loopy part as well. You could use a drill to put that hole in, but I just used a taper burr. I think it was the extreme one, or it might have been just a coarse one. And then I just used that taper burr just to sort of get the shape of that internal hole there. And what I like about these taper burrs is they have a sort of like a flat side too, and we're really trying to get into making that loop kind of look really kind of nice now. And I use sort of like T-burrs to do sort of like undercuts, and you can sort of use the top of it and the bottom of it as well. And now we're on to the Dremel Kutzall, the Kutzall detail burrs. These are all fine. There is a link to Kutzall in the description. You can sort of see there, what's nice about these is they take quite a bit of wood away compared to like a diamond burr, but they're still small enough to do details. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put in those little gills of the mushroom, and so the first kind of part of it is really we need to round that off. You can sort of see the gills come down, and what I wanted to sort of see here is I wanted to see the gills instead of them just being underneath that part there. So that's why we've sort of done that like that. So I'm just rounding it off here with the Kutzall Flame Burr again. So pretty much I just round this off, and then I go into sanding the actual mushroom and just refining all of the details of it. Now this is the POLIWELL sanding disc. It's sort of like that yellow part is made out of rubber, and it just has like a hook and loop system on the bottom, when I've got like an 80 on there at the moment. And the key to sort of like sanding things like this is just to keep it moving, as otherwise you're going to form a flat spot. So just be aware of that. Yeah, and I just went over with this, but I also went over with a kind of a flap sander as well. There's no sort of like perfect sanding attachment for your Dremel. You've got to kind of have a few so you can sort of get into sort of like tight spots and all of that. Now to put in the gills, I just used these bowl-shaped burrs. Just chose a medium-sized one. The good thing about these bowl-shaped burrs is they've got a little bit of an angle on them. You could use a T-shaped burr, but that is quite skinny, and this is more like a V-shaped chisel line. And pretty much what I did is I just did two lines apart from each other and then segmented them down. So try and be even as opposed to working one after the other. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. I think I was quite happy with it. I didn't show it in the video, but once I went around here on this thing, I used the flap sander and just smoothed things out on the little gills. And if you're still there watching the video, if you could hit that like, that would be awesome. And yeah, definitely leave a comment and let me know what you think of the video. Onto a little bit of hand sanding here. I think I was using a 320 grit on this. I also have a membership part to my videos where I have more videos in the membership, but I also show lots of videos on here. So if you wanted to see more and join the membership, it's pretty cheap. It's only about $2 American a month, and you get to see all the videos that you want. There is another tier up, but you don't get any extra for that. You just I guess show a little bit more support for the channel, but whatever works for you, just keep on carving. And we're just going to put some oil on here, and we are going to show the final little mushroom here.